Intuitive search by date range. In this tutorial, I will show you how to create an intuitive search from using a date range. I did a video on this intuitive search a while back, so if you have not watched it, be sure to watch it. Alright, I'm not going into how to make the search work, but I'm going to show you how to include the date range. Alright, so let's get to work. Alright, in this video, we are going to be creating an intuitive search with date range. We have an intuitive search right here that we did a while back on actually a while back. So we're going to make a copy of that, copy and paste, and we are going to say intuitive search by date range. And let's go in there, open it up. So what we have is the customer table that we used. So if you take a look at this intuitive search, now you can find this on the my channel under intuitive search. What this search does is it recognizes all these fields. All these 4 fields are recognizable. Alright. For instance, if I want to search by CMS, of course it's going to bring out all CMS, but look at this number of records. You will see CMS. There are 407 records, and if you look at this guy, there are 407 records. That's because all this customer number begins with CMS. I'm going to close that out, and you can narrow down to search by contact name. For instance, I'm looking at B. Anything with B, first or last, doesn't matter. All right. How about the G? Anything with a G. All right. So we got, is there a G here? No G here. But there's a G there. So there's no G here, but there's a G here. All right, GY. So that's how you this intuitive search does. If I want to look at Michigan, I just type Michigan and you'll see Michigan right here. All right, or Michael right here. See, that's Michigan. These are all Michigans. So that's how this search does. What I want to do here is to show you how you can do the same with date range. All right. Unfortunately, we don't have any dates in this customer form. What I'm going to do though is because we have CMS, I am going to grab the orders that we did for the CMS. I'm going to go to the order, CMS rather, and then maybe use this. This is the latest CMS that I have put out earlier today. So let's open that up. What I really want is the order right here. All right, and that's all I need, because that has the customer number that I can join to. So I imported that, and now we got order, and the customer number. All right. So here's is the customer number, and I want to know if that really link up. All right. So what I'm going to do here is to create a query, see if I can link up these two guys. All right, and it automatically knows the order. So let's do this. I'm gonna select this guy. I am interested in the customer number, and I'm just gonna select like so, and maybe a first name and last name. Yep, we can do that. Do maybe a first name and last name, and I'll call this guy a contact. So I'm going to go in there and say contact, first name. As a matter of fact, that's okay. That's all right. First name, last name. Now, if you have the first name, last name in the second table, you would have to do the dot system. All right. For example, you can do like that. All right. But because we only have first name, last name in one table, and that will work as well. As a matter of fact, I need to space out this guy like so. All right, and now I want an order number, order date, and memo. All right, and let's see what we have here. I'm going to query that. It's called order list. Let's take a look. So we do have these orders and order dates. All right, now some order dates are okay, that's good, order dates. All right, so now we are going to create a form. All right, similar to, oh, hold on, before we get there, let's do this. We need to do a search text. All right, similar to what we did to the rest of them. All right, we want to do a search text, and then we want to search by first customer number. We want to search by contact, not contact, first name, last name, company. Okay, here we go. We need to add company. Or we can search by order number. And memo. I think that's good enough. All right, so that will be all search text. I'm going to close that out. Okay, and now I'm going to close that out. This time I'm going to make a copy of this guy. Copy, paste, and we're going to call this a order search. Form order search. And then I'm going to make a copy of this subform. Call subform order search. All right, now I'm going to modify this order search. Back here, we are going to use the query order list, and then go back to the see how we got this list right here. Now this one doesn't have city state, so I'm going to change that to order number. Order number. If you want to expand this out, we can. So I'm that's probably what I'm gonna do here. I'm gonna expand this guy out. As a matter of fact, before I do that, I just want to narrow this down to about there. Now copy, and this will be our date. All right, that will be our date. I'm gonna make this guy a short date. You know what? Hold on. Do we have date? Yeah, order date right there. Copy. That will be a short date. And do not show, never show date picker. So that's what we have. Now I'm going to make a copy of this guy and put it on top. And we're going to call this guy order number. Order date. Yeah, this is it's not much to it, all right, but I'm going to show you that you could do this as well. And I'm going to change this query to this guy to order list. Copy that guy, put it right there, and then I'm going to go back to this order search right here. All right, so let's close this down and go to the order search in the design view. I'm going to drop this down just a tad and add 2 more text boxes. Actually, I'm going to copy that. Let's see. I'm going to copy this guy, copy, paste, and see what we can do here. I'm going to massage this just a little bit here. All right, massage this just a little bit. Like so. Okay, I'm going to move this way up top here. Format this guy as from. And then move this guy up here as well. Call this guy 2. And I'm going to shorten this guy out. So this being the date, there will be a calendar picker right here, date picker on here. So you have to take that into consideration when you design this. All right, I'm going to call this date txt from date txt to date. All right, and then format short date. Here's the same way, format short date. So that's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna move this a little closer to the there, and maybe put a line there, colon there, colon there, colon there. That looks good right there. Control S. We're almost done. We're not done yet. Not quite. Not quite. So let's go into, actually, let's do this. Click on this form. All right. And go to the event. We want to do on exit. All right, on exit. Here's the same way. We want to go on exit. Now you can do after update is fine, but I'm just going to do on exit. All right. The two behave similar. It just means that if you exit it out, all right. So I'm going to put this from the right behind there, and then we're going to have validation private function date range validated. So what you want to do is you want to validate your date range, make sure that all conforms. All right, before you send out the before you do the search. So normally if you enter anything other than date, it will bark at you. The system will bark at you. All right. So we don't have to validate if it's date or not, because this format already formatted as date. All right. If it doesn't look like a date, it will say, hey, this is not a date. So therefore, we don't have to validate if it's a date. All right. Normally, we would do this. If it's date, for instance. All right. Now you can do that if you don't want the system to prompt you to error. All right. So, but right now I'm just going to make it easy. I'm going to make that a system date, and then now I can just validate if it's null or not null. If not is null, me from date, and you want both of this guy to not null. All right, and not is null to date. All right, now you can fancy it up however you want. So I'm going to say message, please validate the date range. I think that's good enough. And then VB info, and then we just give error required. That's it. All right. And then we just default it to, from date set focus. Now, when you come in here, you want to refocus to different area. All right, meaning text, search text, set focus. Because if you happen to be coming out from date, all right, when you're validating this, you cannot reset to set focus. So you have to move the focus to a different area. All right, and now we can go to validate if the from date is later than to date. All right, if you can do this validation however you want, but I want to do this if from date is later than to date, then error, then end if. Then we'll spit out another message. Say instead of spitting out a message, on a second thought, I want to reformat this guy. If it's later than date, I want to default to the last 30 days. All right, so I can do this. Me text from date equals me text to date minus 30. All right. So if it's later than to date, then I want to default this from date to 30 days prior to the to date. All right. So that's how that works. Now I'm gonna select this guy. As a matter of fact, I'm going to make that sub and take that out, just because we're not we're just making a call and validating with the sub, and I'm just going to do this call like that. I think that will work. All we are doing is that we are setting this focus like so. All right, and then once they start typing, then it's going to conform to this date. All right, and I'll show you how that is going to conform to this date. All right, so Control S. Now let's go to the order search. Here we want to add the from date as date, the to date as date, and then when we come in here, we want to say the from date equals forms form order search dot txt from date, just like that, and then d to date equals form order search dot txt to date. Those will be the query. Now we can add the filter in here. All right, we're going to tag this guy behind here, and order date, actually order date between I'm going to put that line in there, and then say the from date and the to date, just like that, and that should work just like that. All right. Oh yeah, right here I forgot. I'm glad we came in here. You see here, we gotta fix that one, and that's how that's going to work. All right. Before we get there, this one on load, we want to default this. All right, on load we want to say text from date equals date minus 30, and then to date equals date, and that's what it should look like. All right, let's take a look, see if it's going to do what we want it to do. Close all. Nice. So it defaulted to this date. All right, so if we see there, you know what, let's do this. We're going to change this guy. Forgot to change this guy to all subform. See this customer right here, let's change that to order. Yeah, this thing will always work. And here is going to be order like so. Now that one we can see the order did. All right, let's try again. Company. All right, so let's close that down. We know the order list doesn't mark at us. Oh, the order list. Okay, so let's go to order list. I know it's not in there. Yeah, something with the order list. So let's go look at it again. Where is the company? Zoom. Oh, company name. Duh. That's what it was. Okay, so yeah. Yep. So that's I thought we tested that one already. Anyways, so that's fine. We found it. All right, let's go back to the order search. That's good. You know what? I'm going to make this guy. Let me see. If we pull this guy out, okay. Okay. So what needs to happen here is let's see if this will help. I'm going to select this, arrange, down and across. How about down and right? Okay, let's see if that stretches across for us. Ah, that don't work. So let's make it, yeah. Let's do this. Show you how to do this. Let's remove that. Let's down. Let's see how we're going to do this. We don't want that line to be out of place. So what we could do is move this guy out right there. All right. And then move this guy to right there. And then we're gonna pull this guy to right there. I think that should cover the distance. Control S. And by the way, we're gonna stretch this out to cross top. All right. All right. Let's try that one more time. Expand. That looks better. All right. So now, or you can just make this guy like so. All right. And this guy down. And now we can just type in. How about Scott? Okay. So that's fine. So we found we need to change this guy. Forgot to update this guy. And then continue. Alright, now it should be right now. See that we got S. How about Dylan? Dylan. M. Settle. CMS. Huh. Well, it could be. Alright, it could be. For instance, let's take a look at this guy. Alright, let me see. S. See this date? We're looking for this date. Alright. We're looking for this date. What if we did one here? Okay. Dylan. Okay, let's make it more intuitive. Let's make it more intuitive. Let's make it more intuitive. So anytime we make a change in here, all right, let's go back to the code. We want to call this guy. Once we call this guy, once we call that guy, we want to also call this guy. This is how we're going to make it more intelligent. And that way, if any one of these guys changes, we want to also update the search, all right, automatically. Remember, unlike other search people have put out that you have to click on the button. Here, this search form does not require a search button click. All right, you don't click on anything other than entering the information. All right, so that's why it's intuitive. It's because you don't have to. Yeah, I'm going to remove that. And I'm going to, as a matter of fact, we're going to make it more intelligent. Still more intelligent. I just noticed something here. So if you go to the order form right here, see how it says the order in here? All right. We don't want that. Okay. We don't want that. The reason being is, let me show you, is it will always get 20 if this guy is empty. However, what if they didn't put anything in the search criteria, right? If they didn't put anything in the search criteria, we want to do this. I'm going to copy this and paste this guy. As a matter of fact, paste the whole thing, and then take this search text out. All right, and then just do this, just like that. That's all we have to do. Because because that might be empty. You see, that might be empty, but the date range is still there, and that's why that needs to happen like that. All right, so that's going to make it more intuitive, even more intuitive. Let's try that. Let's see. Oh, okay, that's fine. So here, that's fine. I know what to do here. So what happens that this guy was loaded before this guy. All right, that's why we didn't get that. So let's do this. Let's do this. I'm going to show you how to do this. So we can get more fancy here. If it's if equals null, we want date minus 30, else I'm going to copy the whole thing here. Else we want that. All right. Similarly, I'm going to go ahead and copy this guy. Copy if equals null. Here's another way to do it. I'm going to show you another way to do it. See there? So I'm giving you a whole bunch of stuff what to do. So you can do if then else, or you can do is null. All right, it's up to you. Remember, this is my goal is to help you with coding and to see the different ways of getting things done. All right, and that's the benefit of watching my video, is I show you different ways of getting things. All right, so now if I close that out, it should not bark at me. Ah, it still barks. What is that? Okay, you know what? Maybe it doesn't like that. Let's try this. Maybe it doesn't like that. Let's try it this way. Yeah, sometimes you're gonna have to filling things out. All right, so let's try that. Let's close that down. Let's Control S, close that down. Let's try to open it up again. That's better. I guess it. Yeah, I guess the other way didn't work right. Yeah. So, but this is yeah, you can do this way to find out if that guy is null or not. If it's null, we want the default like so. All right. And if you look at this is 30 days back. All right. And then within this date, this is what we have. All right. What if we change this one to 1 and tap enter? See there? That's called intuitive search. All right. So how about if I change to 11 and tap? All right. How about 10? Tap. You see there? So now within this one, you can also, I want to see if Dylan is going to show up. Dylan. You see that? So that is now. How about Metro? How about Metro? You see that? Metro. Anything with Metro, TR or metal or ME. What's ME? Oh, right here, meters. So, but that's how you do the search by date. All right, and it's not that big a deal. It's real easy. All right, and these numbers right here conforms to all searching. You see that? And that's how you search. All right, it's pretty intuitive. And see that it search on all these form on all these columns. Doesn't matter what it is, other than the date. All right, because the date is defined up here, and that's how you do the order search or the search by dates. So I'm gonna move that back to a 9 and hit enter, either enter key or tab. I'm going to hit enter key. You see that? And then if I change that to 10 and tab key, it works the same way. A tab key or enter key. All right. So that's how you do it. Or if you want to narrow it down to, how about 11, 12, tab. Okay, that didn't, you know what, something's not right there because, oh, that's December 21. So if we change that to 21 there, all right. So that I call an intuitive search. All right. Now one person had asked me to let me see. Let me see. Something split screen. Let me look at the oh, this guy right here. So what he was asking right here, is there any chance to adapt this to a split form? Well, it's already in a split form where the search requested appears on the datasheet of the split form. It is in a split form, all right? So all search is already in a split form. Now the split form means you have a header and the subform. If we look at this guy, we've got a header and we've got the subform. We call this split form, all right? Now, what he was referring to, though, I think he wants it to be on the data sheet, be a data sheet. Perhaps he wants to query further down, all right? So that's fine. You want to query further down, that's okay. But in this intuitive search, there's no need to, because you're searching on all these fields already, other than the date, all right? So there's no need to change this subform to a data sheet, all right? But I'm going to show you anyways. I'm going to show you anyways if you find the need to. Personally, I don't think you need to. All right. Personally, I don't think you need to. Just because. Just because. You can search by customer, by contact, by company name, by order. So there, to me, I don't see it. There's a need to. But you could do this. Change it to a data sheet and Control S. And let's go do to this guy. See there, and that looks like that's the data form, a data sheet. You see, and it works the same way. All right, it doesn't do anything fancy. So if I change that to 9, tap enter. See there. All right. So that's how you change this to a data sheet, and then you can select whatever you want if you feel the need to. All right, if you feel the need to. But in all intuitive search, we already have that. See there, small. Yeah, I'm going to do small byte. See there. So, but yeah, just to answer your question, which I did already here, all you need is to change the form view type to datasheet. I already replied to that. And then here I also emphasize that this technique does not need, for you to use the datasheet because it searches in all the fields. That's why I mentioned, and that's the reason why it's called intuitive search. All right. Well, that's that. And now intuitive search by date. All right, date range rather. Happy programming. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please subscribe, like, share, and hit that bell. And also comment below, and if you need help, inbox me. Thanks again.